Forget the T-Rex. It was a household pet compared to what came before. For hundreds of millions of years, Earth was a chaotic slaughterhouse, ruled by nightmares that make today's predators look like stuffed animals. You think humans run this planet? Think again, because before we existed, these monsters did. Meet nature's first armored tank, Dunkleosteus. Imagine a great white shark, covered in 2 inches of living metal, no teeth, just self-sharpening bone blades fused to its skull. 360 million years ago, the ocean wasn't paradise. It was a battlefield. Dunkleosteus didn't bite. It obliterated. It opened its jaws in 50 of a second, creating a vacuum so violent prey vanished before realizing they were dead. With an 8,000 psi bite, it could snap modern sharks like chopsticks. But the ocean changed. Oxygen levels crashed, and the tank that once ruled everything became too slow for a world that sped up. The perfect weapon, starved out of existence. Long before dinosaurs, this thing was the CEO of murder, Gorgonopsid. Picture a wolf the size of a bear mixed with a reptile, sockets overflowing with 5-inch saber teeth. Not reptile, not mammal, just pure biological hostility. The Permian world was hell, blazing heat, dying forests, zero mercy. Gorgonopsids didn't ambush prey, they ran them down. They were the first creatures to lift their bodies off the ground and gallop. They didn't choke prey, they simply slashed the throat and waited. Then came the Great Dying. Volcanoes turned the sky into poison. 90% of life disappeared, and with it, this saber-toothed nightmare. After the dinosaurs fell, something enormous slithered out of the darkness. Titanoboa, a snake the length of a school bus, heavy enough to crush a car. 58 million years ago, Colombia was a giant greenhouse. Humidity, heat, swamps, a paradise for monsters. Titanoboa hunted crocodiles for breakfast, literally. It coiled around them and squeezed with the force of a collapsing bridge. Bones cracking. Silence. Then it swallowed them whole and slept for a month. But as the planet cooled, the jungle shrank, and a snake this big couldn't hide or survive. The king of the swamp froze off the throne. Now, meet the largest meat-eating mammal to ever walk the earth, Andrewsarchus, a wolf redesigned by a mad scientist, a 3-foot skull, a massive body with hooves. Yes, hooves. Think of a giant killer sheep, the size of a rhino. 40 million years ago, Mongolia was a wasteland ruled by brute force. Andrewsarchus wasn't a hunter, it was a thief. It crushed turtle shells like potato chips and stole kills from anything nearby. But evolution doesn't negotiate. As the climate changed and the plains dried, speed became king, and the giant bully couldn't keep up. Humans act like we're permanent, but every ruler, no matter how big, armored, or vicious, eventually falls. So tell me, which of these creatures do you think you could survive for 5 minutes with? Or would you faint on sight? Comment below. Subscribe if you want more of the monsters Earth tried to erase, because the reign of humans might just be a temporary glitch.